This is Interchange English Grammar and Composition, Class 9. Chapter 17, Obligations and Prohibitions. Prohibitions and obligations are rule-abiding principles that restrict or allow somebody to do something in a given situation. A prohibition is a law or a rule forbidding something. Likewise, if you have an obligation to do something, it is your duty to do that thing. Writing help. Here are some common expressions and structures used for prohibitions. Number 1. Should or can or must plus not plus verb in the first form. Examinees should not ask other examinees if there's any confusion. Number 2. Is or are plus not plus allowed or permitted plus to plus verb in the first form. Students are not allowed to eat in the classroom. Number 3. Is or are plus restricted or prohibited or forbidden plus to plus verb in the first form. Cheating is strictly prohibited. It is prohibited to spit on the floor. Number 4. Is or are plus barred or proscribed or banned plus form plus verb in the fourth form. Students are proscribed or barred or banned from using mobile phones in the classrooms. Note: using mobile phones in the school premises is banned to students. Number 5. Is or are not plus supposed or expected plus to plus verb in the first form. Students are not supposed to talk to each other. Number 6. Must or can not plus verb in the first form. Examinees can ask the invigilator if there is any confusion. Here are some common expressions and structures used for obligations. Number 1. Must or should or need to or have to or ought to. Students should get permission from the class teachers to go to the sick room. Number 2. Is or are plus required or expected to plus verb in the first form. Students are required to come to school in time. Number 3. Is or are plus obliged to or obligated to plus verb in the first form. Examinees are obligated to take their own seats. Number 4. It is necessary or compulsory to plus verb in the first form. It is necessary to complete your tasks within this period. Number 5. No obligation. Not have to or not need to plus verb in the first form. You don't have to pay for the damage. Now you know the basics. Let's have a look at the following examples. A set of obligations and prohibitions for the school bus users. Everyone must remain seated while the bus is in motion. No one is allowed to throw objects in or off the bus. The bus users are prohibited from using indecent language in the bus with fellow pupils or the bus staff. It is strictly forbidden to damage the seats, curtains, etc. in the bus. The bus users are required to show respectful behavior in the bus. A set of obligations and prohibitions for examinees. All examinees are to be in their seats 10 minutes before the commencement of the examination. Examinees should maintain silence at all times during the examination. Unauthorized materials are not allowed. Unless instructed otherwise, every candidate must answer all questions and do all rough work in the examination script books provided. Examinees are not allowed to borrow any stationery from others. A set of obligations and prohibitions for zoo visitors. Entrance without a ticket is prohibited. Visitors are strictly forbidden to feed the animals. Visitors must keep a safe distance from the animals. Rubbish should be thrown in the designated place. Visitors are required to show their tickets when the zoo officials ask them to do so. Show what you know. 1. Write a set of obligations and prohibitions to be followed by the patient visitors in a hospital. Number 2. Write a set of 5 obligations for the following: visitors at a zoo, pedestrians, pilgrims at a religious site, students in an English class, students in a hostel. Number 3. Write a set of 5 prohibitions for the following: motorbike riders, readers at a library, visitors at a physical fitness center, passengers on a bus, visitors at a park. Number 4. Write a set of obligations and prohibitions for the following places: school, examination hall, library, temple or gumba or church or mosque, public park, local youth club, public transportation, school cafeteria, classroom, central zoo, cinema hall, theater, bus station. Note: you are advised to write the obligations and prohibitions in just 5 points. You are equally suggested to not use a single structure. Example, one should not, and so on, throughout. End of chapter 17.